Welcome back to Running Your Best Life. I'm your host, Victor Vizcaino, and today we're diving into one of the toughest marathons on the planet, the Pikes Peak Marathon. Imagine starting at 6,300 feet, climbing all the way to over 14,000 feet, and then making your way back down on rocky, narrow trails. That's what my guest just accomplished. Ethan Sheffler, one of our IronEdge athletes, not only took on this challenge, but crushed it. We're going to talk about what it took to prepare, how the race unfolded, and what he learned about himself in the process. We'll also talk about how he experienced altitude sickness. And if you ever wonder what it takes to run a mountain marathon or how training smart can transform your mindset as much as your body, this episode is for you. Welcome to the show. Welcome, Ethan. And let me just start by, Ethan, for the listeners who don't know you, can you share a little bit about your running background before Pikes Peak?
Yeah. Um, my first marathon that I've ever done was the Windermere Marathon 3 years ago. And I did the Honolulu Marathon in Hawaii and then the um, Mount Rainier 50K about 3 to 4 months ago, which made me make me confident enough to sign up for the Pikes Peak Marathon.
Oh, nice. And like, where did that seed started? What made you decide, well, to sign up for one of the hardest marathons in the world?
I guess I just wanted to challenge myself. I really like challenging myself.
Okay. And
And because I heard the views were really great up at Pikes Peak.
where did you first hear about this race?
I heard about the Pikes Peak Marathon when I did an adventure race about 5 months ago with my uncle who lives in Boulder.
So it wasn't like you let me get this straight. You ran one of the hardest marathons in the world, and you just found out about it about 5 months ago.
Yeah.
Did you feel that the Iron Edge program prepare you differently or helped you prepare for this training a little bit?
It did help me a lot prepare for this training differently. When I had trouble with my knees, Victor told me to like take it easy and swim or do aqua jogging to help improve my performance.
Awesome. So finding alternative ways to exercise and keep your fitness up that didn't cause impact on your knees. That's good strategy. Now walk us through race morning. What was going through your mind at the starting line at the Manitou Springs?
What was going through my mind was I already knew that this was going to be one of the hardest races that I've ever done, and that it was going to be really steep. But I really like climbing, so
Okay, so
and
you at that point were looking forward to it.
yeah, looking forward to the climbing part. But I didn't know that I would get altitude sickness.
Okay, and that was going to be my next thing because I know from talking to you the on the post race that on the recording that we did, you seem extremely excited. You know it was going to be a huge challenge, but um, yeah, you were very excited. So tell us a little bit about that. When that altitude sickness started to hit you, and what did that feel like?
It hit hard. When I hit 10,500 feet of elevation, it started to creep in, and I felt nauseous, a headache, um, dizziness, and just when I got up to 2 to 3 miles left up from the rest of the climb,
Yeah.
I felt really out of breath.
Oh wow! But you said you didn't throw up.
Yeah, did
Yeah.
not throw up.
Did you uh, did you ever think that you may not make it?
Actually, when I got to the top, I
Yeah.
was actually thinking about maybe taking the train back down, and I had to sit down for about 20 minutes. And then I told myself that I already made it this far. I can get through this.
Awesome. And you said when you were talking to me, you said that people who have trained in that altitude seem to be having a better time. They weren't experiencing the sickness altitude that you were experiencing.
Yeah, because they're used to training at that altitude. So their body is already like accumulated to that or adjusted to that.
Okay. Now, looking back, what surprised you the most about this Pike Peaks Marathon?
How hard the altitude sickness hit?
Yeah, it's a real thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
How did the race change your view of yourself as an athlete?
I mean, it showed me that I feel like I can do anything as long as I put my mind to it.
Yeah, I would imagine now that you completed something of the hardest thing and that you went and experienced this tough altitude sickness and you still manage yourself to have that mindset where I'm going to finish, I'm going to do what it takes, you know, take the rest, recover a little bit, and then continue. That seemed like a strategy that worked for you, and you did it. I think that you're unstoppable.
Yeah. When I got to the top, all I was thinking on the way back down was, I just want to finish this race. I wasn't thinking about time at all. And my time at the end of the race was 7 hours and 3 minutes. And my goal time was 8 hours.
That's amazing. That's pretty awesome. And like, what advice would you give to someone considering Pikes Peaks or another extreme endurance challenge?
Um, Try to train at altitude. If you can't find anywhere that's high enough, try to at least get out and do, for me, since I live in Spokane, I did Micah Peak and Liberty Lake. Another option would be to go to Spokane and run up Mount Spokane.
Yes. It's hard to find that kind of altitude. I mean, I know that we have some altitude, but I don't think we have close to 14,000 feet. But yeah, absolutely. Maybe uh, if they're from Spokane, they should probably join the Iron Edge because you're going to be with us for a while, and you can let them know what it feels like. And with our combined training, they would definitely benefit from it.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, what are some of your next steps? What do you do? Do you see yourself taking another mountain race or shifting your focus to a different challenge? What do you have coming up?
Coming up, I'm wanting to do the Portland Marathon and the Hayden Lake Marathon. I'm
Okay.
wanting to go for all 50 states, 50
Oh,
marathons in 50 states.
nice. That's beautiful. That's amazing. Yes. It's one of the challenges that I'm doing. I've got about 12 left, but I'm only doing the half marathons. That's what I'm doing. But yeah, that is definitely an amazing, amazing goal to have. And I look forward to being part of your journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, cool. Hmm. Now, for the listeners, something happened as you came back to Spokane on your trip back. Can you tell us a little bit of that little virus? Yeah,
I had a sore throat on the way, on the drive back to Boulder. I thought that it was just dry throat from not drinking enough water, but it turned out to be a sore throat. And then the next morning, I woke up and I had a sore throat, cold, headache, and I wasn't feeling great.
yeah. I mean, you actually, we can still hear it a little bit on your throat that you have somewhat of a cold or some virus, absolutely. But yeah,
Yeah.
hear it in your throat. But I wanted to say to the audience, that that's very common. I know you and I were talking about that. I experienced the same thing after one of my marathons, and I did have a hard time. I got sick during the marathon, and when I came back home, I tested positive for COVID, and I wondered if my body was fighting that virus while I was racing. And it's something to keep in mind because what I did when I raced, I kept wondering what the heck did I do wrong. I thought I followed everything. I hydrated. I followed all the rules, but my my body still had a hard time. I had a hard time in the race, and it's just one of those things that you don't know when your body's going to contract or a virus, and maybe it has nothing to do with your preparation or your hydration, and more to do with um, the environment and catching a bug.
Yeah. I felt like I did everything right from hydration to fueling. If you don't fuel right, you're not finishing that race because it's
Yeah,
just so brutal.
yeah, it's brutal. Now you have had quite the adventurous year as far as races. You did some nice, really adventures. You did really good. Uh, Ironman Coeur d'Alene was absolutely phenomenal for you, and that was in June. Do you have any triathlons on your horizon?
I want to do a full Ironman next year.
Okay, awesome. IronEdge. IronEdge. But which one would you pick if you had to pick one? Ironman.
I'm not really sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm gonna
Maybe
recommend
California.
Sacramento. You'd probably choose the toughest one. You can, but I want to recommend Sacramento because I was talking to a guy when I was doing the Tri Cities this weekend, and he's from Sacramento, and he's talking about how different it is. It's really nice to swim in the river. That was my first river experience, um, swimming in a river, and it's so fast. It's so fast when you're swimming downstream. And he said that that course is even more flat for the bike and the run. Everything's pretty flat. So he recommended it a lot. It's a nice first Ironman experience, but for you, you probably will choose the hardest one for your first because you always challenge yourself way big. But thank you. What other anything, any other advice for people out there, or anything you want to say to them, to our audience that tunes in, about your experience, about the training, maybe? Yeah, the mindset. You have an amazing mindset. I admire the way you persevere.
I mean, the training was really helpful because when my legs were sore, I swam, and when like my knees were hurting, I biked, and it didn't hurt my knees, and that's how I just improved my overall fitness to get to where I was at Pikes Peak.
Yeah, and I'm just going to say for everybody out there who's listening that Ethan is very coachable. Every time that we coaches at Team Blaze, myself, James Gable, and Jim Breidenbach, anytime we say, hey, work on this or tweak that, he like picked it up quick and adapted everything that we suggested. And that's how you make improvements. Sometimes we can't see ourselves some of the little things that we need to work on, but when there's a coach or somebody that can observe some of the things that you're doing. But the thing that I admire about you is that you would listen right away and make those changes really quick. And if we say, hey, take the take some time off, that you would, or let's try this, let's try that. Very yeah, very coachable. Thanks for doing that.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in. And if you are interested, sign up for the Iron Edge program. It really works. And also, if you want to get a hold of me, you can go to eymcoaching.com and set up a call, a free consultation. Okay, guys, till next time, stay triumphant.